Hey guys, and welcome to the battle phase. In today's combo tutorial video, we are going to be taking a look at a normal Beetrooper Insect Battlewasp combo pile that is gonna end on a very interesting and unique end board. So we're gonna perform the normal Beetrooper shenanigans, go through the typical insect link monsters, but end up on Mirrorjade the Ice Dragon, Invoked Rajin, and Millenium-Eyes Restrict. So a very interesting end board that on the first glance has nothing to do with the deck that we started. And that's exactly why we are here. Through the usage of the MVP card in our deck called Fusion Parasite, we will be able to make the transition from the basic insect deck to our very strong end board of various fusions. Now, if you're interested in the deck, the link to the deck profile will be below, but here we are here for the combos and see how do we come from insects to such an interesting end board, how does this variant do it, and we can go ahead and take a look ourselves. So, as any insect combo deck, this deck resolves around starting with Resonance Insect, our MVP and our best starter. So Resonance Insect plus any insect extender, in this case it's going to be Battlewasp Pin the Bullseye. This is full combo. Let's not forget that we also need one card to discard during the combo, but this can be basically any card. Hand Trap, Brick, whatever, it just needs to be discarded. So these three cards, basically two cards, are going to give us our full combo. So let's get started. We're going to start obviously by normal summoning the Resonance Insect and then activating Pin's effect. Because we control an insect, we can special summon him from the hand. At this point, we have Resonance Insect plus an insect on the board, and that's all we need for this combo. So we're going to start by going to insect monsters, so that is a link to summon our typical Beetrooper starting combo card, and that is Beetrooper Armor Horn. We are going to summon him and immediately trigger the effect of Resonance Insect. When he's sent to the graveyard, we can search a level 5 or higher insect from our deck. And in this case, we're gonna grab Doomdozer from our deck to our hand. Since Resonance Insect is not once per turn, we will be using his effect multiple times during the combo. At this point, we're gonna then activate the Doomdozer, banishing 2 insect monsters from our graveyard to special summon the Doomdozer to our field. At this point, the second effect of Resonance Insect triggers. When he's banished, we can Foolish Burial an insect monster from our deck. Basically, we can send an insect from our deck to the graveyard, and at this point, we're gonna send Gokipole. And then Gokipole's effect activates that when he's sent to the graveyard, we can add an insect to our hand, and we're gonna add another copy of Resonance Insect, obviously to trigger those effects that we just did again, because the second effect will also be repeated. Now we're going to trigger the effect of Armor Horn that gives us an additional normal summon of an insect, and that's the Resonance Insect we just searched. So we're going to normal summon the Resonance Insect again, and we have 2 insect monsters on the field again, so we can go link 2 again. This time we are going to summon Insector Picofelinia to the zone Armor Horn points to. At this point, we can go chain link one Resonance Insect, Chainlink to Insector Picofelinia. We are re-triggering the effect of Resonance Insect to search level 5 or higher insect, and then we also trigger the effect of Picofelinia, discarding our spare card in our hand in order to target Armor Horn and equip him with an insect from our deck. So let's go ahead and perform the chain. We're going to start going from the back, so Picofelinia triggers first. We're going to choose Resonance Insect to equip to Armor Horn, and then Resonance Insect triggers in our grave, adding Beetrooper Sting Lancer to our hand. Once the chain is resolved, we can go ahead and see that we have 2 Link 2 insect monsters, so that together will be a Link 4, Link 2 and Link 2. So we're going to link those off. Resonance Insect goes to the grave, which we know what that means. We just perform the link summon. We go for the Beetrooper Big Boy, Giant Beetrooper Invincible Atlas, the Link 4 insect, but we've sent Resonance Insect to the graveyard, so he triggers for the 3rd time, adding us a level 5 or higher insect. This time, we are going to add to our hand the Heavy Beetrooper Mighty Neptune. Okay? From here on, we can trigger the effect of Giant Beetrooper Invincible Atlas, tributing himself in order to special summon from our deck an insect, and we're gonna special summon the second copy of Beetrooper, Sting Lancer. When he's special summoned, he can search a Beetrooper spell or trap. In this case, we are going to search Beetrooper Formation. So we're gonna add Beetrooper Formation to our hand. At this point, we can trigger the second effect of our Beetrooper Armor Horn in our graveyard. By banishing 3 other insect monsters from our graveyard, we can special summon him back from the graveyard. And we're gonna banish our Resonance Insect number 2, Resonance Insect number 3, and then a random insect. So we're gonna go ahead and banish all these 3 cards in order to special back from the graveyard our Armor Horn. At this point, we're gonna go Chainlink 1 Resonance Insect, and Chainlink 2 second Resonance Insect to Foolish Burial an insect twice. And we're gonna go ahead and first resolve the first Resonance Insect. We are going to dump Beetrooper Scout Buggy to the graveyard. And then we're gonna resolve the second Resonance Insect. We are going to dump Fusion Parasite, which is gonna become very important later on in the combo. Okay? At this point, we can trigger the effect of Heavy Beetrooper Mighty Neptune that targets 3 of our banished insects, and we can go ahead and take all 3 Resonance Insects, put them back to the graveyard in order to special summon the Heavy Beetrooper Mighty Neptune from our hand. Oh, we have to shuffle them into the main deck, I'm sorry. You shuffle them into the main deck in order to summon the Heavy Beetrooper Mighty Neptune, which then gives us a lot of follow-up for the following turns, because we have the Resonance Insects in the deck ready to go again. At this point, we can now activate Beetrooper Formation Field Spell that we've searched with this Sting Lancer. We can target 1 Beetrooper in our graveyard and special summon it. And it's going to be pretty obvious we're going to be targeting the Scout Buggy here, special summoning him and triggering his effect to special summon the other Beetrooper Scout Buggy from our deck. Here you can already see we can now overlay both of the Scout Buggies here in order to summon the number 3 Cicada King, because we do have 2 level 3 monsters, which is going to be the first part of our end board. The final thing we're going to do is we are going to go Sting Lancer and Armor Horn for Link 3. We're going to link those off. We're going to go Link 3, and we are going to summon the Seraph Papillon into the extra monster zone, which now also gets the tokens. This is the setup at which we want to end our turn. There is no fusions that I've mentioned on the board yet. However, as soon as we hit end phase, the true party begins. Don't forget that from this end board, we already have a negate with Cicada King, and we have Sting Lancer in hand, which acts as a hand trap. Because during the main phase, quick effect, you can target 1 insect in your graveyard and 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard. You special summon the Sting Lancer, you get a search of a Beetrooper spell or trap card, and then you shuffle both monsters from the graveyards, also your opponent's graveyard, into the deck. So you already have a hand trap basically in your hand. But now we're in the end phase. The Heavy Beetrooper Mighty Neptune's end phase effect triggers. Once per turn during the end phase, you can target 1 other insect, it gains 1000 attack. That is not relevant, because once this effect activates as Chainlink 1, we're going to negate it with Cicada King's effect as Chainlink 2. We're going to detach 1 of our Beetrooper Scout Buggies to negate the effect of Neptune. But at this point, the second effect of Cicada King kicks in, it changes its battle position, and when it changes its battle position, the second effect is going to trigger on a separate chain to special summon an insect from our graveyard. And this is where we summon our MVP card, Fusion Parasite, from our graveyard. What Fusion Parasite does is it allows us to perform a fusion summon when it's special summoned. And we can also substitute him as any fusion material listed on any fusion card during that summon. So you might have guessed it, we're going to immediately fusion summon using the Mighty Neptune as an effect monster and Fusion Parasite in order to summon our first fusion monster of the end board, and that is going to be the Millenium-Eyes Restrict, being the first part of our end board. At this point, we then also have another monster negate. We now pass our turn to our opponent, at which point we can activate in the draw phase of our opponent Seraph Papillon's effect to reborn an insect from our graveyard. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna bring back our Fusion Parasite again and use our Fusion Parasite effect again to this time fuse with the Seraph Papillon, whose effect we've just used, so we don't need it anymore. And now we're gonna switch Fusion Parasite into Fallen of Albaz. We also have an extra deck monster, so we can guess which monster is coming from the extra deck. Of course, it is the Mirrorjade the Ice Dragon our opponent's gonna have to deal with. And when our opponent activates an effect, we can now negate it with Cicada King, so that's an additional interruption. When we negate it, we detach our final Scout Buggy. We change the battle position of Cicada King, which then triggers Cicada King to special summon from our deck, from our graveyard, another insect. And this time we're summoning Fusion Parasite again for the very last time. We're gonna change it into Alistair the Invoker. We also have a wind monster because Cicada King's a wind. So we are gonna fusion summon for the last time into Invoked Rajin. And this is the end board of this combo. So we finished on a Cicada King negate, we have a Rajin Book of Moon, we have a Millenium-Eyes Restrict negate, and we have the Banish from Mirrorjade, as well as Mirrorjade's other effect. We also have Beetrooper Sting Lancer in our hand as a hand trap, and also follow-up. So that is the combo, how we come from the basic board into this interesting board of very strong fusion monsters. This combo is also possible by starting with Retaliating Sea, not Resonance Insect, and I'm gonna show that combo next. The same combo can be performed with starting with Retaliating Sea, not Resonance Insect, but it's gonna be a little harder. It is going to require us to have 2 extenders in hand. We do play a lot of extenders, you can see that in the deck profile, but instead of just 1 extender, you're gonna need 2 insect extenders. Or you can also only have 1 insect extender if you manage to open Fusion Parasite, but that's just on a side note. And you're also gonna need a random card here to discard off of Picophilinia, as we've seen in the previous combo. So let's see how to perform the combo using this setup as well. So as always, we are going to start by normal summoning our Retaliating Sea. At this point, we're going to trigger our both insect extenders, because an insect was summoned, we can special summon our Scale Bomber, and now that we control an insect, we can also special summon our Pin. So the field that you want is 2 insects and Retaliating Sea. At this point, we're going to link 1 insect and Retaliating Sea off for a link 2. We're going to start with Armor Horn. So here comes the Armor Horn, like this. We're going to activate Retaliating Sea's effect because he was sent from the field to the graveyard. He can search an Earth insect from our deck, and you can guess who's that going to be. That is going to be our Resonance Insect. Okay? At this point, we can now have an additional normal summon because of Armor Horn, so we're going to normal summon the Resonance Insect here, and go link 2 again. So link 2 here, into Insector Picophilinia. So here we're at the same position as before. So from here on, the combo proceeds exactly the same as the previous combo we've shown in this video with the Resonance Insect. You can see the footage of me comboing in a sped up version in the video. The only thing I want to mention here is that you will end up with only 2 banished Resonance Insects in this combo, not 3, but you will still send the Fusion Parasite and the Beetrooper Scout Buggy to the grave off of those 2 Resonance Insects, so set up exactly the same way. As mentioned, we combo exactly the same as before until we now have these 3 powerful fusion monsters and Sting Lancer in hand as a hand trap. So this is what this deck is all about. Any combo that gets you to Giant Neptune, Seraph Papillon, and Cicada King on the field is leading to this end board. There's also a lot of other variation of end boards with other fusions like Dragoon and so on, but this one hits the most interruptions at the same time. This is the combo. If you want to see how the deck is constructed to perform this combo as consistently as possible, the deck profile will be in the description below. It is a fun way to play insect combo decks. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.